All right, so we're gonna do a couple of example problems to kind of help you guys get this in your head. It says a large bird with a mass of 1 kilogram is flying at a height of 10 meters at a speed of 10 meters per second. What is the mechanical energy of the bird? So, there's a couple of things we need to consider. Oops, well, I don't want to do that. Well, in your notes, if you guys don't remember, mechanical energy is equal to the kinetic energy plus the potential energy. So then mechanical energy, does anybody know the formula for kinetic energy off the top of their head? Because you will need to know that when you go to take your test. Right? It's easier to know it off the top of your head. Anybody want to take a try on that one? You can look it up in your notes. But it's 1/2 times the mass times the velocity squared. Anybody remember potential energy due to gravity? That's the mass times the acceleration due to gravity times the height. Now remember, your mass has to be in kilograms. This kind of burned a few folks on the last test. Your velocity has to be in meters per second, which is confusing because sometimes people see the M and they forget that that's for meters, but M also means mass. We know that G is equal to 9.8 meters per second squared. And then your height also has to be in meters. Okay? I'll put meters so there's no confusion. And so let me double check that. Do I have the mass? Yeah, I have the mass. The mass is equal to 1 kilogram, right? The height is in 10 meters, so we know that the height is equal to 10 meters. The speed, which is the velocity, can you get that for me? The velocity is 10 meters per second, so I'll just write that over here. My velocity is 10 meters per second. So I'm going to use this to plug into the formula. I'm going to use this to plug into the formula. Just set it there. I'll grab it. Thank you. And then I'm going to use, I lost my little thingy here. I'm going to use this and plug that in for the mass, and then I'm going to use this and plug that in. So then my total mechanical energy is equal to 1/2 times the mass, which is 1 kilogram, times the velocity, which is 10 meters per second squared, plus 1 kilogram times 9.8. I'm running out of space, so I'm not going to write the units. Times 10. Okay? So then if I do the math on that, let's just pull up a Desmos tab. Okay, so Desmos. I like it when you guys use Desmos because it helps you prepare for the final or the SAT. It's embedded on the SAT, so. Oh, it's not going to let me do it. Okay, well, let's just plug it in. You guys just read it to me. So I'm going to have, over here, I'm going to say, one, I got to move my face. So I'm going to say 1 divided by 2 times the mass of the object, which is 1, times the velocity, which is 10, and that is squared. Plus the mass of the object, which is 1, times the acceleration due to gravity, which is 9.8, times the height, which is also 10. And so when I hit enter, my answer is 148. So my final answer is 148. Hey, looks like I was right, but let me write it down. So it's 148 joules, right? Remember, energy is always measured in joules. Energy's unit is in joules. Any questions on that one? So I'll leave that up there for a second so you guys can